This documentary follows the processes undertaken by Team Rhombus in designing, shooting and developing Fabricated Vision, or FV. Based on the theme Park Revisited, FV is the story of a man who discovers a pair of glasses that augments his vision by turning reality into a gaming experience. This provided a large degree of creative freedom and allowed Rhombus to integrate a broad range of CGI and VFX elements. Augmented reality is an intriguing topic and one that is relevant to Team Rhombus's discipline. This justified the challenge for Rhombus in how best to portray it in film.
Motion tracking or match moving is a term used to describe the simulation of live-action camera moves and perspective inside compositing software. Computer Arts 2007. Match moving has been discussed a lot these days and has become accessible for more and more people. With the introduction of programs like Synthesize, PF-Track and the Foundry's Camera Tracker plugin, the reconstruction of a 3D camera move has been made easier. Q 2010. Match moving is becoming more and more popular in the visual effects world. Pixel Art 2009. There are a dozen programs for 3D tracking and they all share the same purpose, camera matching. Kramer 2008. Within the Fabricated Vision project, many different match-moving programs were tested, including Buju, PF-Track and Mocha. Buju was efficient but difficult to learn and use. PF-Track was much more quick and easy with good outcomes.
The physics simulators Reactor and Rayfire were compared for use within the block shattering scene. The final decision to use Rayfire to simulate the physics was due to the capability of the tool to use NVIDIA Physics Rigid Body. This allowed for dynamic simulations containing thousands of particles to be created. Rayfire 2010. For greater creative control, the render elements functionality of the V-Ray engine was utilised. V-Ray 2012. A guide by Cutler 2011 was followed in order to successfully export and composite the layers that build up the final image. Render passes allow each object or pass to be modified separately to better suit the scene. This is something that cannot be achieved if all elements are rendered out together. Wright 2010.
The HUD overlay itself was an evolution on some of the functions in Andrew Kramer's Iron Man tutorial 2009. The whole point of the HUD was to display a collection of persistent on-screen elements whose purpose was to indicate the status of a player, Wilson 2006. Therefore, a static HUD to represent information was pre-comped, and extra context-sensitive content was layered over the top.
As suggested by Adobe's Premiere Pro Classroom and Book, most feature films and industry projects use colour correction to match footage to a narrative's mood or genre. Using the levels and S-curve, we created a high contrast effect whilst blending shadows and highlights smoothly. Brightness and contrast tool was untouched as grey levels become compressed and detail is lost with this tool, as states Christensen 2011. In contrast to this effect, we use various colour and hue tools in the addition to Shine and Particular plugins to create the bright world. The Shine plugin reacted to the footage below so was customised to each shot. Tools such as Matte Choker allowed us to integrate the 3D objects with softer edges, and although we had matched the lighting in the 3D scene with that of the footage, colour correction was still used to match the objects with the environment. Using Keylight to eliminate the majority of the green, Matte Choker, Despill and Channel Blurring were used to soften the edges.
In evaluating the final work, several key points were identified. Firstly, as one of the positive features, the final block scene stands out as a particular success. Its combination of backplate extension, 3D modelling, green screen and HUD elements made it the most complicated scene in the film, yet it was executed successfully. Secondly, as one of the negative features, the number of shots included in the footage was rather large, to a degree that the speed of the shot change actually disrupted the flow of the video. Thirdly, as one of the items for improvement, in future, markers of contrasting colour will be used in scene for purposes of assisting in match moving, as several major issues post-production revolved around the difficulty of getting perfect tracking for scenes that required it.